Hello everyone and welcome to the English Hour. Today we'll talk about an important topic, and that is moving out of our comfort zones. So let's get started. What is your comfort zone and what do I mean when I say moving out of your comfort zone? First of all, when I say comfort zone or when we hear the term comfort zone, it basically means the area of confidence or a certain area or field in which you feel comfortable. For example, you're comfortable in your regular social circle. So you're comfortable with your friends, you're comfortable with your job, you're comfortable with a certain setting. And that is your comfort zone. So comfort zone can be seen in different ways and in different situations. But when you are accustomed to something, when you're in your comfort zone, in fact, your growth sort of stumbles, your growth sort of slows down, because generally when you're in your comfort zone, you're not facing a lot of challenges. Everything feels familiar, everything feels sort of nice and friendly. And when you're not facing challenges, you do not really develop your resistance muscles. You do not really develop your personality because you're at a certain level and you're happy with your life and you don't really feel the need to improve yourself. But experience shows that most of our growth happens outside of our comfort zones. So when you move out of your comfort zone, you have to develop new paradigms. You have to develop new ways of thinking. You have to develop new approaches to solve problems. For example, if you're living in Istanbul and you're happy with the Turkish culture and everything feels familiar, and then if you move to a different country, for example, if you move to Germany or if you move to London or to the States, then it's a different culture, it's a different country in many cases, and you need a lot of effort to really fit into that new culture. You need to have some paradigm shifts. You have to really change your way of thinking around certain subjects. And it forces you to grow as a human being because you cannot really adapt to the life in a different culture by staying the same. So you have to learn the rules and you have to play by the rules. As a result, going out of your comfort zone, either willingly or unwillingly, forces you to grow, and it causes paradigm shifts. So as I said, when you're in your comfort zone, when you feel like an expert or when you feel that you know everything, you don't have any reason to move further. You don't have any reason to learn more, and as a result, you might stop learning. But when you're faced with new challenges, when you're outside of your comfort zone, or when you're trying to push your limits, then you have to learn more, you have to research more, you have to talk to more people, you have to think, and you have to plan more. So going out of your comfort zone can definitely help you learn more and improve your personality, your perseverance more. But there's a fine balance. I mean, sometimes it's okay to take a break. Sometimes it's okay to take some time off to sort of cool down and reflect on your life. I'm not saying that you should not pause and reflect. I'm not saying that you should be always pushing your limits and boundaries. It's okay to take a break every once in a while, but our time is limited and we should be aware of that. And I think it's a worthwhile effort to try to fill in as much as possible into our lives. I mean, when I say fill in as much as possible, I'm not talking about nonsense or trivial things. I'm thinking about or talking about things that really matter to our lives, like friendships, relations, learning, or working towards a noble goal, a goal that is worth pursuing. And in this case, we're all students of lifelong learning. Like, you can be an expert and a student at the same time. One does not preclude the other or exclude the other. So you can be an expert, but you can still keep learning. You can be a student, but over time you will be an instructor. Over time you will be an expert maybe in that field. So life is a case of learning, and learning, I think, never stops. But if you're in your comfort zone, you might feel that you know enough, and that might slow down your learning. So let's move a little bit further. There is a sense of, I guess, resistance and feeling uncomfortable that comes with being out of your comfort zone. Because by definition, if you move out of your comfort zone, you are in an uncomfortable zone. So sometimes when we're facing challenges, when we're feeling uncomfortable, that seems like a very negative thing. That seems like a negative experience. But from a growth perspective, when you're feeling uncomfortable, you're developing solutions. When you're feeling uneasy, you're developing solutions, you're growing. Your resistance, your perseverance, your problem-solving skills, your coping skills, they all develop when faced with new challenges. If you face the same challenges every day, then over time they will not feel like challenges. And human beings generally grow as a result of dealing with those challenges. So I think in order to improve your life, in order to improve the quality of your personality, in order to improve your outlook on life, it's important to set challenges. For example, this year I'm trying to meet new people that I find interesting. So normally I spend a lot of time in my office working on my projects, producing content, writing books, recording tutorials, and so on. But I realized that it's important to have the social connections with people from different fields, because when you brainstorm ideas, when you meet new people, you learn from them, you teach them. So it's a two-way interaction that is beneficial for both parties. So you make new friends, you make new valuable connections, and in the meantime, you all learn from each other. You learn to approach problems from different angles. For example, these days I'm meeting people from the IT or the programming industry, and it's a very enjoyable experience, both for me and for them, because we're sharing a lot of experience across industries. They're learning from me and I'm learning from them, and it's very enjoyable to really talk about deep subjects and to be able to experience and share that knowledge. So I think for the new year, one of my main goals is to really meet more interesting people, because people really add flavor to our lives. So I recommend that you meet new people, because sometimes when you get older, when you have a family and kids and so on, when we grow older, our social circle starts to become more limited in a way. It becomes harder to make new friends, because we have a lot of responsibilities and maybe you don't have much time to invest in a deep friendship. But I find that it's easier to make new friends when you have common interests and common goals. So finding common ground, finding common hobbies might be a really good way to really interact with people, learn from them, share your experiences, share your stories, and it makes life a lot more comfortable. So as I said, like meeting new people, setting aside time for this, setting aside energy for this, and not using that time and energy on producing content or learning new things, somehow feels like a trade-off. But that's okay. Like, we don't have to work all the time. And I think and I feel that the investment that I make in humans is sometimes a lot more valuable and productive than simply putting myself in a room and producing content. So, well, this year we might even have meetups with our listeners and some of the audience. So if I organize anything like that, I'll definitely make sure that I'll let you know in advance. So that's it. Like, try to move out of your comfort zone. Like, try to meet new people. Meet people from different industries. Try to read different books. Try to watch different documentaries. Try to engage in different activities. And this year I'm also trying to improve my coding skills. It's not my main area of expertise. It's not my main field, but I've been coding for a long time as a hobby, and I find it a great intellectual exercise, and it really gives me some sort of excitement. So I'll also try to improve my coding skills just for fun, and it is also a form of moving out of my comfort zone. And for you and for your family, you can try to find activities that will both make you happy and that will both help you grow. Well, that's it for now, and I hope that the new year will be a year in which you'll find purpose, growth, and happiness in your life. I'll see you in the next episode, and bye for now from Istanbul.